holes in the heart. For more than a decade, surgeons have been using a laser procedure to drill holes in the heart. Many patients reporting lasting dramatic decrease in chest pain symptoms. Is it due to the procedure or is it a placebo effect? Do you know what a placebo effect is? So if I were to give you let's say some student had a headache. And so, or let's say two students have a headache, and I want to see if this new and the other one a pill that looks like the new headache medicine, and then it doesn't have a treatment. Sometimes they call it a sugar pill, but they're like, oh, I'm starting to feel better. That'd be the placebo effect. You think you're feeling better. You think the treatment's what's causing it, but it's not. So a recent project by Lennox Hill provided some information about this issue by using a completely randomized experiment. Laser treatment was applied through a less invasive process. A group of 100 volunteers with severe untreatable chest pain were randomly assigned to get the laser treatment or not. The patients were sedated but awake. They could hear the doctors during the laser process. Each patient thought he or she was receiving the treatment. So the thing is, they call that blinding in an experiment. We're not going to get that deep into it. So design a completely randomized experiment. So the first thing in a completely randomized experiment, you start off with it's going to look a little different in the homework, but you start off with your patients. Okay, you start off with your group of volunteers. Okay, you could say patients with chest pain. You could say your 100 volunteers. In a completely randomized experiment, you take that group and then you randomly divide them up into the treatments. What are the possible treatments? You've got the laser treatment, and then the other one, the no laser treatment. Okay, so you're going to randomly assign them. So I'm going to put random across here. We've got two groups. We got two treatments. We got the laser treatment, like the real treatment, and then the fake treatment. So group number one, laser treatment. Group number two, they get no laser treatment. And so ideally, you would get 50 in each group. 50 people, 50 people. And so you got 50 people in each group, ideally. So like you'll randomly assign. So by the way, by randomly assign, it doesn't mean that you're going to say, hey, you're going to have a tool to do that. Whether that be like putting all their names in the hat and draw the first 50 names you draw goes to the laser treatment, or assign them all a number and use a calculator to generate the numbers, or a computer program, but you've got to have the tool for randomization. So you'll randomly divide them into groups, and then at the end, you're going to compare whatever the response variable is. The response variable is the pain relief. So you're going to compare their pain relief. Okay. So basically, to completely randomize, you get your people, randomly divide them into groups, and then compare the outcome. So that's a completely randomized experiment. Okay. So pretty good. You get some good results, and you'll see what's the difference between the two groups, and you can see was the laser treatment effective. Okay. All right. Let's go to a randomized block. Now, in a randomized block, you're going to start off with your patients with chest pain. The same thing. You could put volunteers here, but before you divide them into groups, you're going to block them. You're going to separate them by some variable. So we're going to think, what is a relevant variable we could separate our 100 people? Like, what's something that might be relevant to pain relief? Like, what's a way we could separate them? You have any ideas? It's all right if you don't. I probably didn't teach that very well. Group and older in another group. So, like, for example, you could put like the younger people in one group, the older people in another group, because maybe they would have different responses with pain relief. Younger people typically are relieved. So this ensures that you get younger and older with each treatment. And then once you separate them into groups, block them, you're going to give group one. I'm just going to put one laser treatment. Number two, no laser treatment, NLT. It's going to be random. Have equal size groups, you can. Laser treatment, no laser treatment. And then you're going to compare. Now, this will be on the homework. You're going to compare within each block. Okay, compare. I should have put, I guess I'll spell it out. Compare pain relief in each block. Okay. Compare pain pair